It's Animu time! Hello and welcome to the final Neon Genesis Evangelion figure by Figma. This is Figma number 91. Ayanami Rei in the plug suit version is what it's saying, I think. That's what I remember. We got some pictures of the figure on the box. And as I mentioned, this is the final one. We already had Asuka and Mari. If you want to have a look at those, I'm going to put some links in the description and whatnot. But let's focus on Rei right now. Starting it off by having a look at the size of this figure. She stands at about 13.5 centimeters to the top of her head, which means she's about 5.5 inches tall. So she is definitely in scale with all the other ones, and that's the best thing about Figma. I always say how Figma doesn't really change their formula. It's all more of the same, but they really stay close to the anime/manga look of the figure. But I mean, like, all the Evangelion figures really have a lot more of a petite figure. They're very slim, and they definitely look different than a lot of the other Figmas. Now, this one is pre-owned. I got this one from eBay, so the scratches here and there can't really be helped with that. That's the thing. First, I want to have a look at the detailed face sculpt, the anime eyes. I'm a big fan of those. You have a light blue hair with detail in it. A couple of smudges going on, and the rest of the bodysuit is very shiny looking. The light really reflecting off a lot of it. But it is accurate since it is a mech piloting suit from the future. A little bit like a spacesuit going on over there. Got the detail in the feet with a nice paint job. And we got the lines over here, which aren't just painted on. This is all part of the mold. More black stripes on the side over here. This is soft plastic. Once we get to the articulation, I will show you that size over here. It's soft plastic. The rest of the figure is completely hard plastic. They just made the small difference over here. For the articulation, got some more lines in the bicep over here. A little bit of orange going on. Green, the gem in the middle, the 00 tag for here. Eva. And that's pretty much all we got on the figure. A little bit of paint bleeding going on over here from the black to the white. But overall, nice paint job. For the articulation, I'm going to go over it fairly quickly because we already had Asuka. Mari, it is basically the same thing. I mean, it's mostly the same thing for 90% of your Figmas. You have the hat on the ball hinge. You can bring that back and forth. You cannot really bring it side to side. What's different with this one is that you have neck articulation, and the piece over here moves with it. That is a floaty piece, so you can bring the neck back and forth, get some good head articulation. It doesn't go side to side. Can't really get it to move around. For your shoulders, you have the double ball combination. You have a ball hinge over here and another ball in the torso. So you can rotate that around, you can bring it back and forth, and you can bring it up and down. Single hinge in the elbow. And just a hinge on the fist, which is packed in so you can still rotate it around. Torso articulation, I really like the way they molded all of this piece with the torso, so it doesn't break up the sculpt too much. The legs, as we established, are not hindered by the mold because this is soft plastic. This will bend out of the way so you can get it up very nicely to the side forward. It will get off a little bit forward to the back, and you can rotate it around since it is just connected to a ball in there. Single hinge in the knee, got the foot on another ball hinge so you can bring that back and forth, rotate it around, and it does go side to side a little bit. For your accessories, we got a couple of things. First and foremost, I'm gonna start off with the hands, open hands, posing hands, and I like a little bit more sharp hand and holding hands for the piloting seat, which we'll get to, and once again still more holding hands. Then we got two faces, got just a mellow blank stare, and a little bit of an angry face. We also got a hand with what seems to be an MP3 player, which is very nice in mold actually. I like the way they did this. And you got two bases this time around. One of them has the clamp. These Figmas do not have a hole in the back. Just be aware of that, you just get the clamp. If you want to have the figure by itself, but you really have the double bases because of the piloting seat. Now I had a look at it in great detail in the Mari review, so if you want to go back and check that out, I'm just going to go over it fairly quickly. Has a very nice paint job, very reflecting gunmetal kind of style. It has some moving points in there. Let me move that out real quick. You have some ball joints in here, so you can move that out to the side, up and down. That's all you're gonna get out of that. On side over here, you have some ball packs, which are for your controls, which have more articulation in it. Have a ball joint in here. You can rotate that around, and up here you can bring it up and down. Rotate it around. Once again, very nice job on the mold and paint overall, and you have this piece which just connect to the top over here. Let's see, tag that in here, and you can rotate it around. And why you have the two bases, because you have a hole in here, you can connect the base in two parts. Down here and over here, you basically go through the seat. You can take this part off, you can take this panel off, and just put the clamp on there, and you have your Rei in the seat, and she won't fall out. So that's pretty good. And finally you have the Figma back, which is a staple with all Figmas. And finally, a group shot with all the girls. Now, when I notice, I don't know if that's intentional or not, her base is a little bit of a blue tone, with the other ones just being regular see-through. Well, a little bit gray-ish going on, but still, I don't know. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if that's just mine. Once again, it is pre-owned, so it might just been like a little bit of a loss of color or whatever. But still, I mean, this pack looks great together. This is the trio you want to have. And which just gonna bring me over to the final thoughts of Rei. Just like the other ones, I do recommend this one 100%. Figma did another great job at delivering a figure that looks anime, manga, whatever you want to look at, accurate. That's the thing, she looks accurate, and a very nice job in the paint. The mold looks great, it's definitely unique, it's something else. And speaking of unique, all the accessories you're getting with her, the piloting seat, a couple of hands, and an MP3 player. So yeah, 100% recommend it if you can still find her. I do realize she is the prices of the bunch, so I guess people have a lot of love for Rei, and me personally, I like her the most as well. So there you go, and as usual guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever. Rei Ayanami, what's